Welcome back to Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa. I'm Rosa.
And I'm still Sharyn.
And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. Today is kind of a special edition for us because we have to give thanks where thanks is due. And we thank each and every one of you all because you helped us reach 1,000 subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
There's a lot of lesbians out there. Evidently.
Or just some other people who want to hear our show.
Oh, that's true. Because I know
everybody's not lesbians that watch our show. We already know that because we have friends that watch.
Absolutely. We got straight folks telling your aunts and your kids to watch it. One of our friends, you know, their daughters are lesbians, so they're watching it, and then they call their cousins. So it's been good.
Yeah. So
thank you.
Keep sharing our video and getting the word out, and thank you all again. So if you all have been with us since day one,
or two,
you know how the show goes. We have to do our shout outs before we get into today's topic. And our shout outs goes to today, Mrs. and Mrs. the podcast. Thank you. Haven't heard from you just yet, but I know you're a subscriber. So I thank you for that. Next is the Jeffrey Show, one of the best comedians out there. Thank you for being a subscriber to Conversations to Sharing with Sharyn and Rosa. One of the best, because my wife is the best too, but I'm just saying, one of the best comedians. So thank you, Jeffrey, for watching our show.
Yes.
And last but not least, Jessica A.M. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for being just a loyal subscriber to Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa. And again, as we said earlier, thank you all. So let's get into today's topic. One of Sharon's favorites, I'm sure. If she ever wanted to talk about some sex. But today's topic is how important is sex as we age? So as we get older and as we age.
Why are you looking at me?
I'm looking at her. One of our many conversations that we have.
Ooh.
And, so you want to start? Because I can give you how important it is for me.
As my, what did you say?
I said, I can give you how important it is to me.
Well, you ran through it, so evidently, let me take a little bit more time with it, okay?
Oh, I got something.
Why are we so silly today?
I don't know. We're excited. We're hyped.
We are.
We got a lot of things coming too, but I'll explain that at the end. So go ahead.
So the subject of that, as Rosa says, and being so very honest about it, one of my favorite subjects, just to even talk about it, is sex. Sex.
Let's talk about sex, baby.
Sex.
Let's talk about you and me. Just kidding.
I don't think we're going to talk about it. Oh, maybe we will. Let's see. So here we are. It's that forever conversation that we do get back to somehow or another during the week, the month, or whatever. Or it's just one of those things we just come back to. It's about sex. And because, we are partners, we are married, we are two women getting older, about a minute, as we all are. Sex, like money, no two people will have the same attitudes about it. I doubt it. I don't care if you're identical twins. Okay? You have your own thoughts about sex. And today, we really want to go there. And especially as we are aging. I'm not talking about when you're 22 and you trying to dry hump everything that won't move. I'm talking about, as we become fully sexualized adults and as women. Hey, we're talking about in our 20s. Where were you at in your 20s? And when I'm talking about young, especially as young people, when I say young people, let me define that for you in my mind. 35 and under. That's young. You will never be in that great of shape again. Okay, teenagers to 35, and then anywhere over 35 to in your 40s. That's a different frame of. That's a different piece of time, if you will, too. Mm-hmm. Then we hit the 50s. Most of us will be flirting with or have done something with this thing called menopause. And if you didn't, it's coming in your 60s. So those are different. That's a timeline. We're all going to reach it, hopefully, if we're blessed enough to do that. We're going to reach our timelines. But I assure you, wherever you are in your attitudes about sex in your 60s, that's not how you were thinking about it in your 40s and your 30s. So,
That's true.
and again, putting the spotlight on me, I surely have changed because time does that to us, and it's not just important of where you are and your attitudes about it and your needs and your expectations, but where are they at with your partner, your girlfriend, the one that you're seeing, your wife, whoever you are having ongoing sexual relationships with, where are they at? Because what you want and need and expect may be very different from what she does. And I can't think of a more classic case than Rosa and I because we are at different times in our life. You guys know, there's a 17-year age difference between the two of them. I am definitely past my mid-60s, and Rosa is not. Rosa's turning 50.
I'm getting there.
Yeah, but you're on the slow train. You know what I mean? She's getting there, but you'll never catch up. I assure you. Yeah, so Rosa's 50. I'm 67 in June. That is a significant difference in our age, which means, of course, it bleeds over into the other parts of our relationship. All right? So, conversation today is how important is sex as you age? Now, I will say I've always been a very, very sexual person. Always had a huge appetite for it. But I've been with people who not so much or not as much, okay, because it happens, all right, unless you had the same partner for the last 54 years, chances are you didn't. So in my teenage years and into my young 20s, like I said, I was anything that was moving, I was trying to get with it, and then you calm down a little bit, maybe not. I hit my 30s, and I do feel that appetite was still there. Big, only I started to be a little bit more careful with my selection of partners, okay? But having a real good time. 40s was okay, and things started to change because here comes menopause, and I could feel it changing me. Still was high in desire, but mentally didn't really matter as much. Okay, if you don't ask, I don't offer. It got to that point. But at the time, and let me explain. My partner at the time, was not the most, sex-minded person. So sometimes you change because your partner changed. All right. So it's like training, changing horses. As opposed to giddy up, as opposed to whoa, 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 whoa. I was in the whoa stage. So life changes. So here I am, menopause comes, I'm up and down with it, but my core desire is still there. As life would have it, I got married for the first time at 61 years old, and now I'm dealing with my wife, who I would just expect, just because of the age difference, I would expect her to be kind of like every night Sally, and she's not. So I had to, so we had those conversations, we just had to go there because I'm like, what's enough for you? When is the right time? We got different schedules. She has children, which means we have children. Then you got to, schedule stuff around the laundry and shopping and the kids. And I wasn't used to that. So my thing is, okay, let's put it in black and white. I'm an old sailor, so let's do payday sex. If we get paid, we have sex. Now, isn't that a bizarre thing to say?
Yeah.
It is, but I did say
and it's not even sexy.
It's not. So get away
So
from.
who wants to be on a schedule as payday? You sound
Well,
like, I feel like a hooker.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
What's wrong with that? No. But the thing is,
I'm gonna need you to apologize. But go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you.
I love you.
Love you too. Go ahead.
We got to do it sometime. So, not wanting her to feel like a hooker. So, but the thing is, and on a serious note, because we, no jokes, serious, that we had to have the conversation. We had to. So I'm thinking, what's normal for you? Because I know you work every day. I'm retired. So 11 o'clock in the morning is okay for me, but you're not home. You know what I mean? I'm a morning person, so mornings, let's do something before 6 a.m. She's got to go to work. Or can we wait till the weekend? Now, when it's like when you, if you're hungry and you say, can I have something to eat? Don't you mean now? I'm going to feed you Thursday afternoon. Don't work for me. I'm hungry now. I'm hungry now. So feed me now. So what we're saying here is that it does change for people. And I don't think, maybe Rosa may say something different, but I don't think we were having a problem, but it was going to become one because I didn't feel like I was being fed enough and often enough and quick enough. You know what I mean? And don't put me on the bottom of the list. So not that you did, but I just wanted to make sure that Rosa knew how important it was to me and what my expectations are. As simple as that. Now, as we go into the second part of this, you're going to find out how we handled it, or how are we handling it, because it is still very, very present. Mm-hmm. And in the midst of all that, life happens. I've had 3 surgeries. I had a neck brace on. Y'all saw me when I had the, I'm looking like Frankenstein's sister. You know what I mean? So. You know what I mean? So things change. So, I didn't expect Rosa to come to the hospital and take care of those other needs. But what's wrong with that? So back to Rosa. Do you think we had a problem settling out the norm?
No,
as a couple?
I don't think we had a problem. But a little bit goes back to I just want to address what you said earlier with, the different schedules and stuff. Yeah, things do happen, and our schedules did kind of collide a little bit. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, as you've said many times before, you make time for what's
important,
time for.
Right? Mm-hmm.
And I think sex is important, especially going through the different phases of our lives. Mm-hmm. It becomes less important. It's a must and a need, but it's not an important must or need for me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think as I'm aging,
50, you just warming up.
I love just sometimes the way we converse and talk about things. I think that to me that is so sexy. It's so it's fulfilling.
It's comforting. Yes.
In my views, mm-hmm. Do I need sex? Yes. Do I want sex? Yes. And some of it does go back to when you were saying about having the different operations and stuff. Well, mobility is now limited. And
ouch,
we can't do some of the things that we once were doing prior to, or some of the things that I came in used to doing. But
you had to work around some things.
But yeah, so I think it depends on when we say, how important is sex, or is sex important as we age. I just think it's where people are on their journey. If you came out the gate just sexing for the last 20, 30 years, mm-hmm. I think it gets less and less. If it was something that you've never experienced, and, such as myself, and you all know my story, when I came out later in life, mm-hmm. I need to experience it. I'm going to need that right now, so.
Exactly. Let's see what we're really dealing with.
Yeah, so when you get a taste of what you got a taste of, and you go on with life, and other things become more important for me. Sex is a must and a need, but it's not the most important must or need for me.
Well, thank you for your honesty. And I appreciate that, because I'm living it, okay? So, and it's all good. It's all good. So, no, and it's not a bad thing nor a good thing, but it is a thing, and it's what importance you put on it. What I have learned to do and truly appreciate at times 10, I love the romance. I love the cuddling. I love the talking. I like the warmth. I love warm towels, when you come out the shower, and the massage when you didn't even have to request it, or let me rub you
just
here.
watching a movie and laying in your lap, or laying, you know what I'm saying? Just like that stuff to me is just far more better for me.
Oh,
you know.
Now I can't say better. I ain't gonna tell that lie. Okay, I'm saying I'm cool with it now. So, and only because you know my back, my arms, my knees. Ouch! I'm trying to sit up, right? You know. So fortunately, you know, like some things I just you know, sometimes something that just can't do like I used to do. So you accommodate that. Life changes.
Yes.
Change is constant. And the thing is, I just know that we have a lot of love and respect for each other.
Absolutely.
I find you so incredibly sexy. And there's times when my sex appeal is at a -2 in my mind, and she comes by and hugs me, and it just, you know, she kisses me like she just got out of prison or something.
And
you
rub
know,
on that booty.
and likes that butt, you know. So as we are women and we touch and we hug and we love and support, all of that goes into the is it going towards sex kind of thing, you know. And what happens if you never get there? That's okay too, because every time it's like when you playing baseball, every time you get up to the mound, you're not going to make a home run. You're just not. But when I do, they talk about it, you know. So it's I'm surprised from my part that I know it's still important. I have made some accommodations, but just as important, Rosa had to make some accommodations too, because things change. Now, as life would have it, she's now starting menopause. So I'm like, what the hell? So I'm thinking I ain't gonna get jiggy with it for another 2 years or so. Or 4. No, I'm okay. I'm being ridiculous. No, I'm just saying.
She thinks she's so on stage with her
stuff.
comedian.
No, all I'm saying is, you know, I as a woman, and I've already, you know, been through it, you know, so I can be there and be comforting to her in a different way. Yeah. So with the hot flashes and the surge and the, you know, like you sweating for no reason and
but you want
angry.
to cuddle sometimes in the bed, and I'll be so hot. Like I don't want anything to touch me because I'm getting ready to get up out the bed and walk outside naked.
Naked.
Like.
Right. She hasn't yet, but the neighbors are waiting. Okay, so okay, as things change, you know. So here's the other parts, you know, like, you know, what did you need? What I needed to get there 20 years ago is something different now. So as we're all aging, you know, things have changed. You know, you still do what you do, but you might do it differently. So now we had to think like, do we need more toys? We got to have music, no music. I like lights. Lights can be on. No, I won't say that. You can have the lights on. I would rather them off. During that, any other time, there's total darkness in our room because that's the way Rosa likes it. Okay?
That's not true.
Almost total darkness. So, music, no music. All we're saying is things do change. You know, before you can walk in the room with just desire and have a good time. Mm-hmm. Where now, sometimes it's even planned because, you know, she's got a schedule, I got a schedule. Right. She's doing this on Wednesday night, this on Tuesday night, Saturday mornings is this, Thursday night is that. Then, you know, Sharyn got her casino time. I got to get that in there too. So we are busy. We are, and then in the middle of everything, we look at each other. Did you feed the dog? The dog over like, Yeah, it does change, and like I said, we're witnesses. It definitely does change. It doesn't mean I love you less. It doesn't mean I have less desire for you. It just means that understand she's going through something, and I'm going through something else, and we still try to recognize it. Have the conversation about it. What do you need? Because, like, you know, you might be with one of them real particular women, like, oh, I can only have sex. Well, you need to know that I'm under the moon of Aquarius, and you know, I can only do it if if the tide is out at 6:00, and I got to have jazz and only Anita Baker singing. But if you need all that, babe, now
Mesa.
Look, Mesa, yeah, she likes Mesa.
Y'all want to put some jazz on? Put a little
Yeah,
mesa.
yeah. We need what we need to get it done.
Yes.
You know, and that's okay too. And I feel, honestly, I feel the reason why we have been able to navigate that part of our relationship is because we do have the conversations.
Yes.
It's simple. We must. We must.
But I think it's funny, like, sometimes I'll be, like, really, really, like, in the mood, ready to go, and she, I'm going straight to sleep, whatever. And then I can get out of it a couple weeks later, here she come, I'm like, So it's always, it seemed like it's just funny, because it seemed like something was always, like, stopping us, right?
Right. You know, and then, I like playing because I make sure it happens. She liked being, in the moment, but I'm like, when is that moment coming back? Like we were in the laundry room the last time you had the moment, and I ain't trying to do that washing machine scene. Okay.
Sharyn's thing, though, is as soon as she goes to bed, she goes to bed. It's like there's nothing else happening but her sleep.
Okay, but can we explain? I get up at 4:30 in the morning for no reason other than the fact that...
That has nothing to do
wait a
with
minute.
it.
Okay, I don't take a nap.
You can go to bed a whole hour early and still go to bed.
I don't take a nap.
Go to sleep.
And she knows me. When I'm in the bedroom, I am sleeping unless you give me an incredible good offer not to. Rosa can do everything from the bed. I can't do it. I mean, beds are for sleeping or having fun. No fun? There's not a fun day. I'm going to sleep because I'm tired and I'm older. And then she get me like, I can't believe you sleeping. Wait a minute. The lights are out. It's 10:30 at night. I've been up since 4:30 and you can't believe I'm sleeping? I'm almost comatose, So we have to work on that too. But then she gets upset if I say, well, in the back of my mind, like, I need to plan this. So I look at her calendar, and so we started with date night. But date night doesn't mean sex night.
Right.
It just means date night, just to connect with each other.
Yeah.
Nobody else. No one is invited to have lunch with us or dinner. You know what I mean? It's just us talking about things and being together and still dating your wife.
Yeah.
And
I like date nights.
I do too. And it's like it's something about date night that I call her my forever date. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rosa is my forever date. I no longer have to. You know how you got tickets? Look, we were trying to go to the Patti LaBelle show, and the tickets were $300 and $400. And we just saw her 2 years ago.
Yeah, right before COVID.
Right. That's right. We saw it right before COVID, and now the world has changed. And Patti, I'm not giving you $400.
I don't mind paying $400, but I need to be upfront. These tickets was way in the back for $400.
You just get to be there with other people who can see the stage where Patty's on, and so being older.
I feel like I know Patti better than that, and I can't.
There's other things we can do,
that's my girl. I normally will go. I'll drive over to here to Georgia to see Patti, but I couldn't with the tickets because I was trying to be up close. But we found out about the concert late,
a little late, right?
So all those tickets is gone, and now we got to sit. No.
And because I don't see well, imagine that. I've worn glasses since 10 years old. So I usually, even before Rosa, I usually sit within the first 10 rows. I'm not trying to be grand. I just need to see. All right. So now you done put me back to I need oxygen to sit that high up.
Right.
Oh, heck no. That ain't happening.
I know,
so what I loved about it was that you said, it's okay, babe. We don't have to see her this time.
I normally don't ever turn Patti down.
Right.
Patti
but like
and Gladys.
It's not the one ticket, it's times two. So if you got $300 tickets, now it's $600 tickets and all the other charges that they put on there with Ticketmaster. Things have gotten ridiculous.
And we had to go far to even go to the
and still drive 100 miles.
Do we want to get a hotel? Do we,
So now it's $1,000 night. So you know what we do? You just push that, play that video. Play. You play her greatest hits and say, God bless you.
Yeah.
So, but staying on point with our conversation today, does sex change for you as we get older? And I'm hearing a resounding yes. Mm-hmm. Because some things that you did at 17, please do not try that at 45. And if you can still do it at 45, I bet you can't do it at 59.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Things have been retooled. Or just like, I don't care if he was hanging off of chandeliers and doing all your little acts and everything. Like, I don't think, I've gained a pound or two. Maybe the chandelier ain't what I need to do no more.
Well, I just feel like as we get older, it should change. I'm not saying that it shouldn't be important because, it's important to whomever it's important to. But I just know that our views and our values and all, those things starts to change. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Do you really want somebody who can just give you sex? Or do you want somebody who can give you a little bit of everything? I mean, as you get older, how important is sex?
Well, and that's what we're talking about.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
That's what we're talking about.
It's like,
I think it's still very important to me. I mean,
yeah, but would you want to meet somebody who can just give you that and,
and nothing? Well,
yeah.
Well,
like,
but it's not all or nothing.
No other duties.
No other duties as a sign, as they say. No, I hear what you're saying, but why can't we have it all? And
we can. It just doesn't need to be the front attention of everything. Like being sexy. Having sex are two separate things. You can have someone who you find very sexy. You can have someone who you enjoy having conversations with. It's almost like when you were younger and you were dating and you kind of wish you were dating several people and you kind of wish that one person had all of what the other people had. And it's
she's sexy, she's smart, and she can cook.
Do you want one person who can give you a little bit of all of that? Or do you want the one person who can just satisfy that need? Because then you're going to go out and get the other stuff from somewhere else, and you don't want that.
I don't want no other stuff.
As you get older, running around, it becomes too much.
Right. Who's got
a
the
whole
energy?
Nother job.
But it truly is. I mean, it's like at one time I'm saying,
if that's what you're into, that's what you're into.
How did I have two girlfriends? Two full-time girlfriends. And was winking at another babe. So.
But who wants to chase sex? You know what I'm saying?
No.
It's just,
well, I gotten older.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As you get older, who wants to chase that? It's like
Well, I'm not saying that now, come on, my people in lesbian land. I'm not saying that we spend all our time chasing orgasms. I'm not suggesting that. But at different times in your life, some things become more important than others.
Yeah.
Now, some things are stay on that continuum. I still feel that sex is very important to me, but I approach it differently now. Yeah. I have to because of my back. Easy now.
Too much.
I mean, I'm not ancient, but I am getting older. Yeah. Okay.
But even when we were younger and, we go and take, like in our 20s, you go and take someone out or someone invites you out or whatever, the first thing y'all think about is having sex. Whether it's in the car, whether you go straight to a hotel and do whatever, now it's like, let's at least do dinner. Let's talk first. Maybe the second date.
How was your week at work? How was your week at work? Like, you think I care?
Yeah, but as you get older, you do care about the conversation.
You do.
You care more about the person than the act. And so.
Oh, I like the way you put that. And that is true. And that is maturity, And sometimes we all evolve, but at different times and in different ways. Mm-hmm. Okay? And it happens with men and women. It happens, with women and women, and whoever you're connecting with. It does change if you're there and have that some length of time with the person. I ain't talk about it one time, hit it and quit it. Like, you don't even know her middle name. But you do know where her birthmark is, okay?
And don't get me wrong. Those days may come and may happen where it might be just a one-night stand or whatever. Yeah. But it's not something you're going to be chasing on the daily.
No,
it's not.
Exactly.
It's not.
Exactly. I don't know her mother. Wasn't trying to talk to her mother. And if you have children, a picture will do. Because that's what y'all was doing. You was out there hitting it and quitting it. So, I'm sorry. Maybe that was just me. But
I think that was you. Nobody else was doing that.
So as you can see, we're in an interesting mood today. But I do think it's worth the conversation. Whoever you're connecting with intimately, to have the conversations. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because everybody, they don't know your history. They don't know how far you've come to be where you're at right now. And then then you're dealing with women who we got all kind of issues that's coming up or should have came up, but we've been suppressing it. Then we got dealing with women who had some childhood injuries and
Childhood traumas.
traumas and all that, and you're sleeping with all that too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why are you crying in the closet, sucking your finger? Is that foreplay? No, she's hurting. She's.
Are you talking from experience?
No.
Or are you just saying okay? 'Cause
No, I'm just. Okay, I know y'all gonna beat me up for that one. You know, but seriously, we do try to keep it light. You know what I mean? Because it's some serious stuff. You know?
It really is.
And I don't, you know, wherever you're at, like I say, on that continuum, you know, when the video's over, you're like, well, I have to think about it. You know, like with this one woman, she's giving you, y'all getting great sex, but that's all it is. It's great sex. It's not even great making love, perhaps, because all the other stuff is not there. I'm not saying you got to live with them to love them and that you got to be together for 10 years in the same old house. No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that some of us really know the beginning and end of the relationship as we're in it.
Right.
Like, you know, or it's like, you know, y'all been seeing each other 2 and 3 years and y'all kicking it, but that's all you're doing.
Yeah. So the other day I was actually having a conversation with my sister, and we were just talking about exes, and you know, she had told me about this one guy she had dated and why she stopped dating. Because I was like, well, what happened to you and so? And she was like, girl, because he just would come over and, you know, we didn't really go anywhere, do anything, da-da-da-da. So, you know, in her older life, my sister's a couple years older than I am, and it's like, in her older life, she don't just want booty calls anymore. Like, who wants that? People want, sex is important to her, but it's not the forefront. You know, she want to be wined and dined and go out
substance.
and,
she wants some substance. Yeah.
come over to his house for the holidays or vice versa. You know, so I get it. And that was, you know, one of the big examples of, you know, yeah, we're getting older. We need sex, but how important really is it?
It's on, you know, as I tell people, it can be on your top 10, but it don't have to be number 1, 2, or 3.
Right.
Because quite frankly, you can almost get sex anywhere, and not to mention you know how to please yourself. Yeah. Come on, girls. On a Friday night, some butter pecan ice cream, turn on the lights, and
right.
You know, 4 double D batteries.
Exactly.
Okay. But you know how to get there. But we want so much more and deserve so much more. And I appreciate the story. You know, when you're talking about your sister, and we all have sisters and cousins, and the lives that we're living ourselves. I think sometimes we don't talk about it because we don't want to be reminded of the disappointment.
Yeah.
And you might, or maybe you do talk about it with your good friend, your buddy, or someone you can trust with that kind of conversation. But wherever you are, the reason why we're talking about it, one, because it does affect us. We get it, and we're still working on it. It is not perfect. You know, but like I said, we do have the conversations, and sometimes, here it is, keeping it real, there's just days that I want what I want. Yeah. I know it ain't a good time for Rosa because she's on her way somewhere, but right now, I want you right there in the hallway. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And you know, and I can tell when she's ready to do something because she be kissing me like I just came, you know, like I'm leaving for war. You know, leaving for the war in the morning. And I'm like, that's some kiss. Look, I don't need to go to the casino today.
But she still does. But anyway,
later.
before we wrap it up, I just wanted to put out a couple things because now that we are at our milestone, and Sharyn and I, you know, we just kind of set a goal and we're here, and so we're excited about it. But a few things are going to be coming. We are going to be giving away 2 gift cards to 2 of our listeners and subscribers. Also, we're going to do like a day in the life with Sharyn and Rosa, so you all can kind of get a better view of who we are and what we do on a daily. So I'll probably have to film it in increments of different days, but we'll put it together. So if you see us in different outfits, it wasn't the same day.
Right.
And just a lot of different things. We're going to have some guests on the show. So we're going to change it up a little bit. And we appreciate all of the suggestions that you all have given us. And so we appreciate that. And so we're going to take it to a different level.
Yeah, you are.
And see how that
keep you
goes.
interested,
So,
keep you tuned in. And for our one, we got some people who've really been following us since day one when the mic wasn't right. But this one,
and the mic still isn't right, so we apologize for those who couldn't hear us
because we changed our system. But
I hope it works.
Yeah. And you'd have to explain to her how it even works, but we hope we fixed it. Yeah. And we have one subscriber who really comments gives us direct comments and evaluations, and she insists that we're not affectionate toward each other. Honey, maybe you were looking at the wrong channel. We don't do soft porno. We don't, there's no deep tongue kissing. We're having conversations, not foreplay. But I do make sure that I hug.
Yeah, you'll probably see more affectionate stuff when we do a day in a life, because we do throughout the day. Like I hug my wife on several different times a day, kiss on her, and have like those intimate moments. But we don't want to incorporate that into our conversation because it's a conversation,
right? And it is distraction because we do respond to each other.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so we just wanted to give you all that, and thank you again, and
like always, we're always wishing you the very best
of all good things. Stay safe and stay woke. We love you.
1,000 1,000 subscribers. Woo!